Hi, my name is Jack Link, and I am here to convince you to delete your social media accounts. I truly believe that social media is the greatest threat to humanity in 2020. And I believe platforms like Google and Facebook have done amazing things for the world. Google has allowed for infinite knowledge with an infinite amount of videos um, and information. Facebook has allowed for an infinite amount of connection. However, social media has been linked to problems ranging from just addiction to internet lynch mobs. So, with saying that, would you keep scrolling? A common saying in Silicon Valley is that if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. The big social media platforms are demanding your attention. The algorithms for apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and TikTok, and many other social media platforms are trying to suck up all the attention they can get. They collect data from you, they look at what posts you look at, how long you look at them, and what you search. And they form a model of you, and they recommend things that you're likely to click on. Now, that doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but the companies are trying to sell a gradual, slight, imperceptible change in your own behavior and perception to advertisers that profit off our addiction. This was stated by Jaron Lanier. He's the author of 10 Arguments for Deleting Your Social Media Accounts Right Now. And he was on the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma. And this wouldn't be a problem if social media posts were always positive or always factual. But an MIT study was done after the Boston Marathon bombing that found misinformation on Twitter spread 6 times faster than actual information. And this makes sense because social media is so quick compared to traditional news sources. It's almost instantaneous compared to traditional news sources. And this allows for the people that click on these political posts to just live in echo chambers confirmed by seemingly millions of other users. These echo chambers account for much of the political polarization that we see in America today. It could also make conspiracy theories more powerful and more insane. And in the times we find ourselves today, these conspiracy theories and misinformation can be deadly. Some of these conspiracy theories claim that 5G was the source of COVID-19, causing their followers to blow up 5G cell towers. There was actual news sources on social media that claimed that cocaine could kill coronavirus. And that's just obviously a small sample size. But even more deadly is the suicide rates and self-harm rates for girls ages 10 to 19. It's spiked dramatically since 2009, a time where social media was first introduced to iPhones, and when my generation, Generation Z, and pretty much everyone in my class was in middle school, and we were all getting on social media because it was just the thing to do. So we were the guinea pigs for this, really. Girls ages 10 to 14 have seen a 189% increase in non-fatal self-harm. 189% increase. Girls age 15 to 19 have seen a 62% increase. It's still large. And the same trend can be seen with suicide. That's just self-harm. Suicide, it's the same trend. For ages 10 to 14 is up 151%. And then girls ages 15 to 19 are up 70%. So these are staggering numbers for little girls and teenagers because of social media. I think social media has a very big influence on that. But it does not just affect our mental health, it's societal too. And depending on where you live in America, if you type in climate change is in Google, it'll drop down And the recommended search is different based on where you live. You can get climate change is a hoax. Climate change is the greatest threat to humanity. And it's all based on where you live, which creates even more political polarization. Mass hysteria spread through Facebook in Myanmar and sent 700,000 Rohingya Muslims fleeing from Myanmar, leaving them completely homeless. There was rape, there was beatings, killings, and it spread through, it was hate speech. These lynch mobs were spread through hate speech on Facebook that comes pre-downloaded on these phones. That's their only source of news. It's fast, it's instantaneous. And it's leaving 700,000 homeless. Elections can be tampered with by simply using the social media algorithms to spread misinformation like Russia did in 2016. This is a direct assault on democracy. And it's not just in America, it can happen anywhere. That's the thing. Social media is half the population of the world is connected to Facebook. So misinformation can spread so fast. And if nothing is done, societies will fade and crumble. So social media applications are tied to addiction, psychological problems, but also societal threats. Anything from, like I said, lynch mobs, addiction to lynch mobs to climate change, the biggest threat to humanity, to racial injustice, you name it. Social media, it's on there and it's spread quickly. However, all hope is not lost. I know it seems like all hope is lost. Tristan Harris was featured in The Social Dilemma, which this presentation is mainly cited to. And he's the co-founder and president for the Center of Humane Technology. And he's working on holding these social media accounts, or these social media companies, accountable for what they control and influence. Like I said, you can see him speak on The Social Dilemma. It's a great documentary. It's definitely worth the watch. Or his TED Talk. You can probably find that online. We can all take a break from social media, especially during a time like this where we're all inside and stressed out. It definitely helps to take a break. So enjoy the holidays and be safe.